Hello and welcome back to the Plex. We are here in sunny Irmo, South Carolina. I'm joined by Calvin DeLude, and we're here for the first game of the 2025 season for Cock Hockey. They took a little break for winter, Christmas, holidays, all that jazz. But we're back here on the ice with an out-of-conference matchup, a change up of the schedule, Calvin. Tell the people.
Exactly. This is a team that South Carolina is not very familiar with, Boston College, who has a very great D1 program for the NCAA, but here they are. I'm excited to see how their club hockey team plays. Both teams coming first game of the semester, so very curious how that goes down tonight.
Yeah, and so South Carolina initially was supposed to play High Point, a little bit of a schedule change, but I mean, when you get a program like this, it's an out-of-conference ACHA versus College Hockey South AAU type matchup. This is something you live for. So we're very excited. We will take a quick break and come back with starters and the beginning of the first period. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here towards the end of warm-ups to talk about this matchup and give you the starting information. But starting off, of course, coming out of this winter break, the Gamecocks sit at 13-4-2, currently up there in the top of the College Hockey South standings. The AAU website has them pinned at first place with 28 points. Meanwhile, the Instagram standings page, I think, had them like second or third. So I'm not sure what the difference was there, but felt notable. But Calvin, tell us a little bit about the Gamecocks, who they're starting on the ice tonight.
Absolutely. A lot of familiar names and familiar faces for this Gamecocks team. You got Colin Reed, Carson Scove, and John Riggins on the front line there, leading the offensive group. Then we have Brendan Flaherty and Ben Riccitelli back on defense. And in net, we have Tyler Tamoyan, who's been having a nice season so far, only allowing 2.78 goal allow average with 6 wins, 1 loss, and 2 ties on the year.
Yeah, Tamoyan's been one of the best goaltenders in College Hockey South. A real boost for this team. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, a team, like you said, South Carolina, not very familiar with. On the blue line, you have number 3, Stephen Davis from Hingham, Massachusetts. No, not the Stephen Davis that played for the Carolina Panthers and hails from Spartanburg, South Carolina. But joining him on the blue line is Robert Burke, number 6 from Summit, New Jersey. Then their front line, you got Nicholas Martin, number 8 from Milton, Massachusetts. Number 16, John Hutchins from Norwalk, Connecticut. And then as well, here we go. He was right next to him. Mac McGregor, number 18 from Brighton, Massachusetts. Leading the team in scoring is Jack Dempsey, number 9 with 9 points on the year. And in net for the Eagles is their most used goalie, Steven Pisani, number 30, with a 4-3-0 record on the year with a 320 goals allowed average. Calvin, give me some of your keys to the game for the Gamecocks and the Eagles.
Well, I think a big part of this game for the Gamecocks, we know that they're a team that commits a lot of penalties, and I think it's crucial that they try and tone that down tonight, especially with their top goal scorer on Boston's side, Jack Dempsey. 2 of his 6 goals on the year are shorthanded goals. As for Boston College, you got to prevent this high-powered offensive unit for the Gamecocks. So I think get a few goals up early, get their spirits down, and that's going to be the way to win this game if you're Boston College.
Yeah, a Boston College team that comes into the night 6-5-1. 8th place in ACHA D2 Patriot Division. And so, they have their work cut out for them. But it's, these two teams, don't know much about each other. Normally, when South Carolina plays some of the more local schools, even if they're not College Hockey South or AAU Division I, there's still a little bit of familiarity. But a lot of these guys from the Northeast, a lot of them from Milton, Massachusetts. As the lights dim, we get ready for starting lineups and the national anthem. And this is a game that, there's a certain level of excitement. I mean, it's another standing room only crowd here at the Plex.
Yeah, no, it's a packed crowd tonight. I wouldn't expect anything different from these cock hockey fans on a Friday night. Also, just a new matchup, like we've been saying. We don't know a lot about this team. It was definitely hard to find some stats about them online. Had to do some digging there, but this Boston College squad, super excited to see what they bring to the table tonight, knowing that it's a big hockey program, big hockey school.
Yeah, as the PA announcer goes over the starting lineups for the Eagles, I think something big for the Eagles is kind of how balanced they are. They only have one guy, or they don't have any guys with double-digit points, but they have a lot hovering around that, 5 and up through 12 games.
Yeah, it's a well-balanced roster for sure. They're going to need a little bit from everybody, especially when you're playing a team as good as South Carolina. So really just strong up and down the board. I think that'll be helpful for them tonight.
Meanwhile, for the Gamecocks, John Riggins had an outstanding first half of the season, putting up 38 points in 19 games.
Yeah, John Riggins, he's a staple for this team for sure. He's a weapon on offense and defense, going back, making defensive plays when needed, and putting shots on net, getting assists, and just being an all-around playmaker for this team.
And somebody who started coming up big as the year kind of drew, or as the semester drew to a close, was number 3, Brendan Flaherty, who kind of started off the year a little slow in terms of the stat department. But along with Ronan Mulcairn, they kind of blew up. Flaherty with 17 points, 7 goals, 10 assists. This Gamecock team, they just pour in the points. One of the best teams in almost every category.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially a team, like I said, they do commit a lot of penalties, so it's important to have strong defensemen that can score when needed, and you have that in Brendan Flaherty and this whole defensive unit.
And, they're coming off of the trip to Europe for the College Hockey South All-Star team, where they went and, played a bunch of European teams. The Gamecocks got a lot of cool exposure there, and they won a fair amount of their games from what I could tell. And we're going to take a quick moment of, quick break from the national anthem. And, I mean, if that doesn't get you fired up, I don't know what will on a Friday night in Irmo, South Carolina.
Yeah, nothing better than the 2001 Space Odyssey music and then go right into the national anthem. And now we got a great game of cock hockey, and you got Sandstorm going down. Can't beat it.
What other way to begin this semester with a non-conference matchup, South versus North? Another opportunity for, college hockey in the South to kind of prove itself against its contemporary peers above the Mason-Dixon.
People sleep on college hockey in the South for sure, but I mean, from what I've seen, I'm just a freshman. From what I've seen from this Gamecocks team early on, they mean business, and they're here to play.
Absolutely. As, Sandstorm rings out the fans, joyous at the return of their beloved cock hockey. And with Tomoyan in net, the Gamecocks figure, to have a great shot compared to Pisani for Boston College, who, according to the ACHA stats, has a .574 save percentage on the year, which, if the stat website is right, I don't know how they've won 4 games with him in net.
Yeah, no, I wanted to talk a little bit about that, JP. Pisani, they definitely got to try and limit the number of shots that Gamecocks take with a save percentage like that.
And the face-off coming away, it's going to be the Gamecocks winning possession back. It's Flaherty. He'll pass it over to Riccitelli. And, the Gamecocks getting into their offensive set already. Flaherty's going to try and dump it in. It's over to Scove. Scove moving in, down behind the goal line, tries to shovel it backhand, saved by Pisani. Gamecocks keeping it in. Boston College will send it around the boards. Flaherty gets to it. Knocked up by Riggins. Reed will knock it loose as Flaherty puts it on wide. Getting to it is Riccitelli, who puts it on behind the net. And a big hit into the boards, no penalty. And that one's shot on by the goal line, saved by Pisani.
Yeah, I'm expecting nothing different from this Gamecock team, coming out firing on all cylinders on offense, getting shots on net early. That's what they do.
And then another big hit there is, I think that's going to be Carson Scove leaving the ice. Boston College still can't clear their Flaherty skating on. Flaherty backhand, and it just skips across the blue ice.
Love the idea there, just no one in front of the net to knock it in.
Nick Kai with the shot on. And John Riggins takes a man down. He's taken down in turn. So the refs letting him play early. Gamecocks still with it behind the net. Boston College trying to clear. That one's sent up, and it'll jump the stick at the blue line and go the distance. No icing. Boston College able to go for a full clear. And a great opening offensive zone stay for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, this might be a Friday fight night, JP. It's already looking aggressive out there. Both teams being very physical on offense and defense.
And that's going to be icing, so it'll bring this one back into the South Carolina end of things for Boston College's first O-Zone draw. Boston College in the maroon, gold, and maroon look. Kind of classic Boston College look with the Gamecocks in all black. Face-off is won by the official skate. And they'll go to chip it out, and it's Pushkar coming away with it. He gets it up to Kai, and Kai loses it off his stick.
Nice play by Bushkar there to keep it alive there. That play wouldn't have even happened without that effort.
And the Gamecocks are able to keep it in briefly, but Boston College coming away with it now. The Eagles skating up. They'll shoot it on Tomoyan, who saves it, and he'll freeze the puck. Had Mulcairn as well as Ian Hoover there, but he chose to just force another face-off, as there was a good play by Boston College to get the puck out in transition.
You know, and that's a good play there by Tomoyan. You know, it's a far-out shot, his first shot of the game, so sometimes those ones are a little awkward when it's the first one you're facing, but he's just doing what he does best, getting in front of it, keeping it out of the net.
Absolutely, and that face-off won by Boston College. They'll move it on behind the net. Centering pass, it's in the crease, loose, fires on wide. Hoover absorbs two bodies, and Berman will come away with it behind the net. Gamecocks carry it out of their own zone. It's Lock-in. No penalty. Looked like a high stick there. Tried for a centering pass. No one there.
Yeah, I'm really not sure why that wasn't a high stick there, JP. It looked clear as day to me.
And Riggins has it now behind the net. He tries for a backhanded centering pass. It goes nowhere. Boston College with it now. They tried to chip it on up, and Ian Hoover intercepts.
You see Boston College running into their own players there in the middle of the ice. But, you know, it's been physical. You were seeing players target, not looking for the puck, they're looking to get a hit off and tire them out early. And I think that's going to be a big part of this game. It's going to be in for the long haul there.
And, you know, the Gamecocks here coming with this face-off in the offensive zone. Boston College will come away with it. And that pass into center ice is intercepted by Aiden Dunphy. Dunphy moves it up to Finelli, who's trying to get to it. He'll go around to an Eagle who tries to clear it out, but he can't. Gamecocks keep it in at the blue line. That one's sit down. Finelli loses it on the boards. It's sitting back up to Dunphy. Dunphy puts it on. It's saved by the Eagles. And it's back to South Carolina here, neutral ice. Bonsukin absorbs a big hit. Finelli takes one as Boston College look to get a breakout going. And this will be icing on Boston College.
You know, right there, JP, we saw South Carolina execute what they do best perfectly, and that's controlling center ice. They are able to stay in the middle and just not even let Boston College get a second on offense, just keeping it in the defensive zone the whole time.
Yeah, the way they kind of stack the blue and red line, I mean, it's really impressive how they're able to do that night in, night out. And we'll see if they can keep that up for 60 minutes against Boston College, or how the Eagles will adjust to attack it. But here comes John Riggins on the faceoff circle. He wins it himself. He shoots on, and it goes wide of the net. Pisani didn't know where it was. Now the Eagles are going to dump it down. Dunphy will play it. Out to Boston College at center ice. A loose pass there in their own zone, and it's going to chip into the crowd.
Yeah, that shot off the faceoff, that's always the scariest one as a goalie. You don't know where it went. You're so horrified you're going to turn around, see it in the back of the net. But fortunately for Pisani, just missed wide there.
I mean, Riggins, he won that, and it was self-determined.
Oh, it was an incredible face-off play there. Just got right around him, got the puck through, and had a shot on, just couldn't hit it.
Now Colin Reed will knock that pass down. Gamecocks keep it in. Cross-ice pass to Riggins. Riggins shoots on, loose out in front. Berman shifts it back up. Now the Gamecocks with it. Over to Carson Scove. Scove shoots, pad save, Pisani again with the save.
Yeah, that's just some great goaltending there by Pisani. I mean, he had two shots right there, some great scoring opportunities for South Carolina off the rebound, and he's letting off ugly rebounds. It's giving him opportunities, but he's saving them and keeping them out of the net.
But the Gamecocks still keeping it in. They got it at the blue line. They'll work it down, and the puck is jarred loose there, and here comes Boston College. They've got to rush if they want to. They'll shoot it. Tomoyan with the save, and he covers it up in the crease. So a nice open ice save by Tomoyan as Riggins kind of clutching his left side as he heads to the bench.
Well, Boston College has just been physical all night, using physicality, and they're trying to tire out this Gamecocks team, and that's how they got that scoring opportunity there. They got a big hit, opened up a window, and that's where that controlling center ice, you know, they get the middleman, and they have a window.
As the faceoff is won by Boston College, they'll keep it on. They'll shoot it on from the left faceoff circle. It goes wide. And that puck is kept in by Boston College shortly, but it's up to the Gamecocks. Marco Pineda with it now. Pineda goes cross ice. It's Kai. He's onside. And Boston College intercepts that pass. They'll clear it out. Getting to it is Carson Scove. Pineda moves it on in. And Boston College will play off the boards to Drew Henderson. Henderson goes cross ice, and then the ref runs into it, much to the chagrin of the Plex denizens.
Yeah, that's the second time that's happened tonight in an early first period, so I'm sure the fans here aren't thrilled.
And there's a nice move by Boston College as number 18 carries it in. Mac McGregor. McGregor looking to keep it in, and they do. But it gets to a Gamecock. Now South Carolina kind of playing keep away. Marco Pineda has it. South Carolina going for a couple personnel changes. That one's chipped into the zone by Jake Pushkar. Gamecocks now going for more changes. Well, that one is chipped into the crowd. These Boston College skaters kind of setting up to try and chip it into the zone have led to 2 projectiles entering the spectator zone.
Yeah, well, a big part of this team is the intensity of the fans, so just trying to knock them out. But I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Nicholas Martin on Boston College. He's being very aggressive and very physical, and he's showing a lot of persistence and energy. He's getting into the deep zone. Even when he knows he can't get the puck, he's making skates and efforts towards it.
Absolutely. That face-off is won by Connor Berman. Berman skating in. Berman puts it on wide. Eagles get to it. They'll move it around, and a big hit delivered on the board by the Gamecocks. They're able to keep it in. Moving down is Riccitelli. Riccitelli puts it on, bouncing puck wide of the net. Boston College shoots it up the boards, and it just goes over the blue line. Brendan Flaherty nearly kept it in. And here comes Riccitelli. Riccitelli moving it down. Riccitelli on sides. He shoots, he scores! Ben Riccitelli! The wrister from inside the slot puts the Gamecocks up 1-0 here with 13:13 remaining.
We're talking about high-scoring defenders before the game there. Ben Riccitelli is one of them. A beautiful goal there, weaving in and out of defenders, finds a hole, puts the shot off, wrist shot right into the back corner of the net. Beautiful placement, all around a spectacular goal there by Ben Riccitelli. And South Carolina has a 1-0 lead.
His 7th of the season from Smithfield, Rhode Island, the junior defenseman. Part of that, great pairing with him and Flaherty, 2 very high-skilled players. And once again, like you said, the production from the blue line for South Carolina. Pisani has made a lot of good saves early, but that one gets by him. And here come the Gamecocks again. This one's Flaherty. Flaherty puts it on, and he scores! Brendan Flaherty with South Carolina's 2nd goal in 19 seconds. 2-0 South Carolina.
We said it. Brendan Flaherty, Ben Riccitelli, those are the 2 defenders. They started this game. They're the high-scoring power defenders on this team. They put 2 up in 19 seconds, you said, JP. That's just what they do. They're a high-scoring defensive group. And right now, up 2-0, 12:54 left in the first period, and that's what South Carolina wants to do.
And both those goals coming from kind of, high grit plays. That one off the boards where Henderson came away with it. And then the Riccitelli one where he knocked it down at center ice, took it himself.
Well, South Carolina's problem early in the game was shooting wild. They weren't getting consistently good shots on net. But right there, 2 great placement shots, and they both went in.
And now a turnover. It's Albers getting to it. Boston College is able to disrupt it.
Scored by number 3, Brendan Flaherty, assisted by number 23, Ben Riccitelli, and number 7, Josh Wilkins.
And Riccitelli getting the assist for his blue line mate, but here's Boston College looking to answer. Centering pass, Tamoyan with an excellent save. Puck still loose.
That was a great effort there by, I think it was Richard Robinson for Boston College. He was just right place, right time, tried to knock it in, but a great save there by Tamoyan.
I mean, it almost looked like it was a centering pass attempt that got deflected on goal by a Carolina player. But now South Carolina trying to wrestle back possession. Boston College will chip it into center ice, and they'll come away with it now. In the Carolina zone, that one's put on net. Tamoyan will shovel it away. Eagles going for some changes, and now here comes John Riggins. Riggins skating on. Riggins right face, circle, drags, he fires, and it's saved by Pisani. So Pisani there with a nice body save off a missile by Riggins.
You know, those back-to-back shots that both went in, you know, you let one in, you know, especially in an away game, the crowd gets excited. It kind of puts you down for a little bit. But that's just what you have to do as a goalie is immediately shake that off, you know, shake it off as a popular pop song says. But he just wasn't able to do that there and knocked 2 in a row. But getting back into the rhythm of things, I think a good shot like that right at him gets a save there and can get back into a confident zone.
And then off the face-off, a shot that went wide, and Boston College trying to come away with it. A deflected shot, hit a guy in the face guard. Thank God for those. Boston College skating on, tried to get fancy with it. Lost possession, and now the Gamecocks will shoot it out of play.
You know, they're really just keeping this puck out of the rink tonight. I think that's the 4th time it's gone out.
At least. This one will come face-off circle, glove side for Tomoyan, 11-14 remaining in the first period. Face-off won by Boston College. Shot into a mass of bodies. Eagles still trying to come away with it, and it leaks out. They get it up to Colin Reed. Reed moving on. He'll slow it down. Pass it back to Scove. Scove working it on behind the net. Back up to the blue line. He whiff on it. It's a breakaway for Boston College. They're moving one-on-one. Here comes Dunphy with it. He shoots. Save Tomoyan. Boston College still with it in, though. Centering pass finds no one, and South Carolina is able to clear, and here comes Carson Scove. Scove working one-on-one, tries to go through the legs of the Eagles defender, and he can't do it. Now his try for a cross-ice pass is denied, and Boston College is off and running. The Eagles moving on. Centering pass is deflected up and into the boards, and now the Gamecocks. Passing it up, Boston College will collect. Gamecocks going for some changes. Big hit by Pineda on the boards. 10:15 remaining. And Boston College is just trying to play keep away, and they turn it over in the neutral zone. Someone for South Carolina lost their stick. That one's fired on, and it's a great save by Tomoyan on the toe dragger.
Tyler Tomoyan did exactly what you need to do as a goalie. That's textbook right there. On a breakaway, it's so easy to lose your cool, make a mistake, bite too early, but he stayed calm, stayed cool, stayed collected, stayed in front of the net, top of the crease. Beautiful save there, and then he had a few other nice ones, and keeping this a scoreless game for Boston College.
And, you know, big shout-out to Aiden Dunphy there on the back check, as there's a save by Tomoyan on a one-timer from near the blue line.
Yeah, Dunphy got back super quick. He was able to wreak some havoc, even if it's just a little stick in there, that's enough to get him out of his zone.
He prevented the Boston College skater from working to his left there a little bit, and he was really able to kind of tunnel him towards Tomoyan's glove side, as Drew Henderson will come away with the puck for Carolina. And that one hit the ref again. Sticks are tied up behind the net.
Yeah, they got to get it out of there.
South Carolina is able to play it up, and they've got it to lock in, and it'll be on no icing, no race around. Good stick play there by Boston College to jar it loose, though.
I think it's a good call there by the ref not to call icing. I think there was enough South Carolina players in the area.
And now that one was the centering pass that couldn't find the stick of a Gamecock skater. Moving on, there was Savario Marcella. Lock-in will fire that one down into the South Carolina end. They'll go for a change.
Just saw it again there. South Carolina controlling center ice, and Boston College couldn't even get into the offensive zone. They're just right there swarming them.
Yeah, but South Carolina nearly caught napping on a change here as Boston College has it. They run into each other, and South Carolina is able to jar loose the puck. Now they move it up to Finelli. Finelli with a move. Finelli, but a great stick play there by Boston College. Breaks up what would have been a breakaway. But now that one is shut down. A miscommunication will result in an icing on Boston College. It'll bring this one back into their own end.
You know, Boston College, you look at the scoreboard, you're thinking they didn't show up, but they have played some really good offense tonight, getting a lot of scoring opportunities, especially off those deep face-offs. And you saw a great one right there, just couldn't execute it. But I think they really, if they want to get back in this game, they got to bury a shot soon, because it's going to get ugly if South Carolina can keep racking up goals.
And this face-off won by South Carolina, but immediately tied up by the Eagles. They've been really good at that, as that one's a poke check, and Boston College has come away with it with a chance. They'll be hounded from behind. It'll be a penalty on the Gamecocks, and this one is called a hooking call on South Carolina is going to send, I think that's Ian Huver, to the penalty box, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's Ben Riccitelli.
Yeah, I can't disagree with the call there. I
No,
think it's a good
yeah.
call by the stripes there.
But that's one of those penalties you're kind of okay with taking because it prevents a good scoring chance for Boston College. You'd rather take your chances with this penalty kill for South Carolina that's nearly scored as many shorthanded goals as they've allowed power play goals.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, Jack Dempsey is a weapon for this Boston College team. Only 6 games. He's got 6 goals on the year, and 2 of them are shorthanded. So they really got to watch out for this power play unit for Boston College.
Yeah, and that bouncing puck almost got the best of Tomoyan. Eagles with it still in there. They'll fire from the face-off circle looking for a deflection. Can't get anything. Eagles are still able to tie it up and get the puck back. Back up to the point. They'll swing it around the blue line. Just dump it on down. And coming away with it is Ronan Mulcairn, who will be able to clear it. Boston College will skate away. They'll play it on up. That's Nicholas Martin controlling it. He gets it to Robert Burke. Burke skating on. Burke shoots wide. And Pushkar will rifle this one all the way down the length of the ice, as Boston College and South Carolina will both make changes.
It's a good hit there by Pushkar. He put enough on it where he could get out of the zone, no stress, but didn't rocket it all the way down, so it came right back. So just a good penalty kill and a good good time waster there.
Yeah, and then Pushkar delivering a hit to jar the puck loose, and now South Carolina is able to waste time on the Boston College power play as we were under a minute to go on the man advantage for the Eagles. Now they'll reset from behind the net, try and break through this South Carolina defense. They're able to carry it in, moving on. He's going to try and backhand it, but he lost the puck. Eagles still with possession. They'll get it up to the blue line, and it's lost. Here comes Nick Kay. Nick Kay skating on. He's one-on-one with Pisani. He shoots, and Pisani with the pad save.
Yeah, Tomoyan got a little lucky there that he lost the puck. That 5-hole was looking open, and I think if he got through those 2 defenders, he was going to knock that one home.
Yeah, now under 30 seconds to go on the Eagles power play. They got a chance for one more attempt. And they'll get it up into the slot, moving it down, and not able to find anyone to pass it to. 10 seconds remaining on the power play. Eagles have it behind the net, but it's wrestled away by South Carolina. It's kept in at the blue line. They'll fire it on. It's deflected up and out of play with 3 seconds remaining on the power play. 6:16 remaining in the first period. And man, we've seen a lot of action here in the first almost 14 minutes.
Absolutely, and I like the word that you used a little bit earlier, tunneling. They're really making sure that if there's a breakaway or one-on-one opportunity with the goalie and a Boston College player, South Carolina is closing in, so they just keep him in that same realm. So Tomoyan only has to focus on one little area, doesn't have to focus on any other corners because they're really just making him tunnel in and focus on one spot.
Here, and the shot up from the point, and now coming away with it, it's Carolina. They got numbers. Carson Scove moving in, he shoots, and it's saved by Pisani. Scove had, I believe that was Drew Henderson to his left. But, you know, something that's interesting, I think, to watch out for, Boston College is getting traffic out in front of Tomoyan. They're just not quite connecting on these, shots where they want the redirect. So if they start connecting on that, this lead could start to dissipate as another faceoff won by Boston College. But, South Carolina is able to get the puck back, and they'll rifle it on down. That one's behind the net. South Carolina coming away with it. Centering pass, broken up by Boston College. Puck still behind the net. They'll get it up to Henderson. Henderson will fire on, looking for a deflection, and it goes up and over the net.
Yeah, no, he had that whole left side of the net open there. I'm surprised he didn't drive that one home.
And here's Colin Reed intercepting a pass. Reed making some moves, going behind the net. Reed will just play it on. Gets it up to Henderson. Henderson back down to Riggins. Riggins dragging. He shoots, and it's deflected. Now South Carolina able to keep it in.
That was a good play there by Mac McGregor for Boston College, getting a stick on that shot and not
this
put
one,
enough on that. Sorry there.
Oh, no, but some whistle. I'm not quite sure what happened.
I think maybe a problem with the goal there. I think that it might have come off its pole.
Yeah, because I didn't see no hands raised or anything.
Yeah, and it looks like the ref was going over to check on it. And
well, Riggins almost had another goal there or as he was working on down. It kind of materialized out of nowhere. But Drew Henderson able to keep possession. He'll shoot it on, and it's deflected up and out of play by Pisani.
I mean, he had a tight window in that top left corner, and he tried it all the way from the blue line. And
He
got to respect him for that because it was close.
It really nearly got by. Pisani had to literally punch it out of the air. And this faceoff will come glove side of Pisani. It's won back by Carolina, but it jumps the stick of Flaherty. And with under 5 to go, South Carolina's going to have to reset. Flaherty moving on through. He'll chip it on up. I believe that's Josh Wilkins' far side. Wilkins will move it down, and Pisani catches that one like a center fielder. He'll play it out to the Eagles skaters, but the Gamecocks with the turnover, they had Wilkins right there in the slot teed up. But now Boston College, they'll try to clear it, but it's Flaherty with the turnover. Centering pass finds no one, but it's kept in. Riccitelli shoots it on, deflected loose in the slot. Now the Eagles coming away with it. It's Riccitelli back one-on-one. Boston College just moves on. It's saved by Tomoyan. That was number 7. We don't have a number 7 on their roster. So mystery forward for the Eagles.
I know, a good play there by Tomoyan. Again, he's just being exactly where he needs to be every time. Textbook goalie right at the top of the crease and leaving him as little net to work with as possible.
Well, a lot of these shots from Boston College are center mass. You know, they're just shooting it right into the chest of Tomoyan. You're not going to beat a goalie unless you burrow a hole through him that way, and I just don't think that's possible.
Yeah, sometimes, honestly, it's the mentality of it. When they have those big logos in the middle of their jersey, it's like a big target for them, and they just shoot right at it. I remember when I used to play goalie back when I was, in middle school and early high school, I would wear those with those big logos right in the smack dab center of my jersey, and people would always shoot right at me.
It's like McDonald's being red and yellow to make you hungry.
Yeah.
But the Gamecocks wrestling away possession here in the corner. Under 4 to go here in the first period of action, but Boston College harassing it on defense. They're really kind of pushing up their skaters to play a much more aggressive style of defense. It's allowed the Gamecocks to get on to some odd man rushes as Brendan Flaherty is going to pass this one over to Marco Pineda. And Pineda will just play it off the boards. Coming away with it is Boston College. And the Eagles turning it over in their own zone. That one's shot and deflected. No one knows where it is, but a timely play by Boston College to clear it. Eagles looking to go for a change, and South Carolina not exactly able to make them pay.
Yeah, they had a really good opportunity there. They caught Boston College in an awkward change there and come away with a good scoring opportunity.
And now BC with a 3-on-1. They'll shoot past. Tomoy with the save. Initial save, but then they score. Or did they? They have awarded a goal.
Oh, now fight's breaking out.
Tomoy with the initial save.
Yeah, that's it.
And then it trickled through to the back of the net. I couldn't tell if there was a follow-up shot attempt or if just the initial shot ended up beating him after a while.
I think what happened is the initial shot came awkward off the stick, and some of those awkward shots are the ones that are so hard to save as a goalie because you expect them to be good enough to do exactly what you'd expect them to do, and then it comes off awkward, you're unprepared, and I think it just slipped right between his legs. So unfortunate series of events there for South Carolina, and Boston College getting right back into this game with 2:48 left in the first period.
Yeah, that's a big momentum goal for them as they'll look for the equalizer before this period, and they'll definitely be pressing for more chances. Ever since they started playing more aggressive, they've gotten some chances. You got to match South Carolina's, pace of play, and they've done that. There's two separate big hits on the boards by Boston College Eagles, but here comes South Carolina with it. It's Ian Huver carrying it. Huver shoots but forgets the puck, and Boston College will come away with it. Not able to clear it. And it'll move down from Marcella. Marcella over to Scove. Scove shoots, and it goes wide. That one will circle all the way out, and here comes Boston College to it. They're trying to wrestle the possession away, but a big play there by Ronan Mulcairn, using his big body to shield the puck from the stick. And now Scove just puts it on down as the Gamecocks will go for some changes. Boston College will play it up the boards. It's intercepted by the Gamecocks. Aiden Dunphy. Someone lost a stick there behind that. It was a Gamecock. It's in the forbidden corner of things you will never see with our angle here from the Plex. They can't get it out of there to save their lives. And now a penalty coming up. It'll be a penalty on South Carolina. So Boston College with some delayed penalty time. They'll just put it on down. and force South Carolina to touch up. So with 1:22 remaining in the first period, Boston College will go on the man advantage again. And really that first power play was kind of when they started seeing momentum and chances shift back their way, Calvin.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at this Boston College team tonight, and Pisani, he let up those 2 goals. Those were both in 19 seconds. Other than those 19 seconds, Pisani has looked really strong tonight, and he's been a great goaltender for Boston College. So, and like you said, that's really when the momentum kind of shifted more towards BC's way and the Eagles, and this is a great opportunity, especially they've had a lot of opportunities off the faceoff, deep in their zone. So I'm really curious to see how South Carolina handles this.
Absolutely, as Dunphy will come off the faceoff and he'll wrestle it around. Some banked up ice there. And Boston College, I mean, the one thing you can't do would be so deflating is to give up a shorthanded goal after it looked like you've wrestled back momentum. But this one's chipped up to Colin Reed. Colin Reed one-on-one with the goalie. He shoots, he scores! Colin Reed puts the Gamecocks back up 2 goals.
That is commentator jinx at its finest, JP.
58.5 seconds left in the first.
I mean, you called it. You called it. You said shorthanded goal right when it looks like they got momentum, and that's just what South Carolina do. Lobs it all the way down the ice in a beautiful shot and score for South Carolina. Gets them up 3-1 with 1:37 left on the power play and 58 5/10 of a second left in the period.
And just a great positioning by Colin Reed. I mean, he was really kind of cherry picking, and it worked out perfectly. This South Carolina penalty kill, that's so good.
Yeah, it looks like a Rogers Hail Mary, just kind of lobbing it up, and there was someone down there.
As Boston College still in the man advantage, working it down, shoots it wide of the net. Coming away with it is John Riggins. Riggins with that speed. Gamecocks onside, cross-ice pass broken up. 30 seconds left in the first period. 1:05 in the power play. Boston College coming away with it, and then it bounces off a stick, and the Eagles are still able to wrestle away possession. They avoid a takedown. Boston College with it. They'll pass it on to Moyen. They shoot, they score! Boston College with 13:9 remaining in the first period gets it right back to a 1-goal game.
Yeah, Luke Gunn there, just great positioning and a heck of an effort there for Boston College deep in South Carolina's zone. Really staying strong. You had 2 South Carolina defenders there, but the Eagles were just able to battle through that, have an open man, and pick that top right corner. And just a beautiful shot and score for Boston College.
And it's Boston College, once again, not shooting right into Moyen's chest, but what a big play there by the Eagles to withstand the press from South Carolina. Riggins, one last shot attempt. Initial save by Pisani. Puck still loose. 5 seconds remaining in the period, if I can work through the encyclopedia. And that one will do it. As some tempers flare here at the end of the first, and what's been otherwise a pretty clean game and well sportsmanship. But a fiery end. Both teams were really going back and forth to start things. We head to the break with a 3-2 ball game, and Boston College right back in this thing. Calvin, what were your thoughts on that first period?
Well, I really liked what Boston College was doing to start the game. They were playing very physical hockey and kind of tiring out South Carolina. But then Pisani, he had a little bit of a stint there. He let up 2 goals in 19 seconds, and it looked like South Carolina, that's when they're going to start coming away with the game. But Boston College got right back in it. They got that power play where they had some opportunities, couldn't knock in a goal, but then soon after, able to get their first goal. And then they had another power play where it looks like they might be able to tie it up here. And South Carolina with just a Hail Mary pass down the rink, knocked it in. But Boston College still in this game. The Eagles still fighting. 3-2 game here with an intermission here and heading into the second period. So I think what Boston College needs to keep doing, stick with the physicality, and South Carolina get shots on net, because the stats show Pisani can't handle the mass volume of shots, but he's been playing good tonight, so we'll see.
Absolutely. It's been a great first 20 minutes. A 3-2 ball game here at the Plex between the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Boston College Eagles. We're going to take a quick break. We're SGTV. This is Cock Hockey. We'll see you for the second period in 15 minutes, folks. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back here from the Plex for the second period of action between Boston College and South Carolina. Your score stands 3-2 Gamecocks after one. It was a flurry of action with the Gamecocks going up 2-0. And then Boston College wrestling back control of the game, cutting the deficit to 1 and getting a power play before South Carolina scored shorthanded to make it 3-1 with about 50 seconds left. And then it looked like they had gotten control back. And then with 13.9 seconds remaining in the period, Boston College scored to make it 3-2. Calvin, what are you expecting here in the second period after teams have had an intermission to adjust?
Well, I'm expecting another even period here. Both sides played really well in the first period. With just like one window of opportunity where South Carolina just took advantage of it and got 2 goals. But other than that, it's been really even playing. Honestly, towards the end, that second half of the period, it was really leaning towards Boston College. So really curious to see how it goes this period.
And we are underway here from the Plex for period number 2. The Gamecocks winning that opening faceoff. I'm interested to see how officials handle the physicality. It was a very physical first period, but not too many penalties compared to what we've seen in the past.
Yeah, no, they were definitely letting them play at the start. It was more physical when the game first began, but it's definitely lessened as it went on.
And here comes Riccitelli. That pass is shot on and saved by Pisani. Eagles coming away with it now, and then a hit delivered by Riccitelli. Gamecocks coming back with it. They'll put it on chipped, and it's saved by Pisani.
That's a good idea. Just get one on net. It doesn't have to be the best shot in the world. See if you can get a rebound, but if not, then they get a face-off, and that's what they have. South Carolina's been really good off the face-offs. You saw a few good scoring opportunities in that first period, so should be right there. You see it.
Yep, off the face-off, a shot by Reagan, saved by Pisani, but it's always an clear and present danger.
Yeah, when John Riggins is taking a face-off deep, you got to basically just expect a shot as a goalie. He just barely missed one in that first period, and Pisani didn't even see it.
Yeah, and here's Boston College carrying it in South Carolina. And that one shot on and saved, gloved by Tamoyan. And, the thing about Boston College's attack in the first period was South Carolina did a really good job of forcing them to take kind of low danger shots. But as the game has opened up, they've really gotten a good read on things.
I mean, yeah, that was a tough save by Tamoyan. Just a really good shot on the glove side, and he was able to reach it up and make a nice grab of it.
And here comes Marco Pineda. He'll pass it off to Pushkar, who comes in. Wraparound chance, shot on, scored by Nick Kay. The wraparound chance leaked out in front, and the Gamecocks are back up by 2 off the stick of number 10, the alternate captain.
Right place, right time. Nick Kay was exactly where he needed to be. Pushkar with a great setup. Kay right in front of the net, drove it home. Now we got a 4-2 game.
That is the 8th goal of the season for number 10, the senior from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, who had some really good attempts in the first period that weren't rewarded.
And I feel like we're calling his name a bunch in that first period. Nick Kay with a lot of strong plays, but finally knocks one in the net. Big goal for him.
Now Flaherty will knock that one down. Here comes Pineda to harass. And it feels like every time Boston College gets close, the Gamecocks go back up by 2, and there was another shot by Kay. And went just wide. Gamecocks still with possession in the Boston College zone. That one's chipped on by Mulcairn, deflected wide, and hit by an official. Back behind the net, the Gamecocks with it now. Playing around the boards. And the Eagles will finally clear it. Knocked down by the monstrous Ian Huver. As Huver tries a spinning backhanded chance as he falls down. Eagles coming away with it.
Yeah, Huver with a nice play there, staying patient, going into the offensive zone. But then once he got into the offensive zone, really didn't know what to do with it there and just kind of lost possession.
Yeah, and here comes the Gamecocks off the boards. It's Connor Berman. Berman plays it behind the net, but runs into his own teammate. And the Eagles will come away with it outside of their own zone. Ronan Mulcairn spinning around with it in the neutral zone. Locken will chip it down on in. And here comes Marcella Marcello with a nice attempt, but it's blocked down by a Boston College player. Aiden Dunphy tries to skate on, and he's able to keep possession almost, and now Boston College will clear it. Kai Bonsukin tried to chip it away, and Boston College coming with it. They've got it back behind the net, and they're going for a change. As South Carolina will just play it up the boards. And that was a attempt to dump it, and Boston College forgot the puck on the stick. This one's chipped away, and it'll bounce away for Boston College to come away with it on a rush. But a great play there on the boards by South Carolina ties them up, and the Gamecocks come away with it.
Yeah, South Carolina's leaving some men open in front of the net. They're just doing a good job on closing on the man with the puck. But if they're able to get that pass off, that's some dangerous territory. And you can't expect Tomoy to make a beautiful save every time.
Yeah, no, it's both teams just kind of trading away possession. And here comes Boston College with a chance, but they kind of flubbed it there on the blue line. Gamecocks going for a change. Shot on, Tomoyan will just play it away. The Boston College harassing the puck handlers. And now Boston College will wrestle possession away in their own end. Moving down with it. Great harassment by the Carolina Skaters.
Yeah, that's one way to say it.
And now Boston College comes away with it. In the crease, they shoot on, and it's saved by Tomoyan. That was generated very quickly off what seemed like a possession going nowhere for Boston College, where South Carolina was just all over it. And now they, got a good chance, and they're getting an offensive zone draw.
Both sides have had a few opportunities where they're really just turning a lot of nothing into a little something and getting some extra shots on net, which could be the difference in a game like this.
And now Boston College turns it over, and South Carolina has a 2-on-1. Skating on his Greers, and that one is deflected. Garrett Albers had it. He sent it over to, I think, Ronan Mulcairn. That's Tommy Marvin, who we haven't seen much of tonight. The sophomore defenseman with 23 assists on the season.
Yeah, another spot, just great positioning, and that's what South Carolina does really well. They're always exactly where they need to be. And right there, you saw it, just couldn't get that pass off, but if he did, that was trouble.
And now a turnover. Boston College with a backhanded chance, and it goes wide of the net. South Carolina turned it over in their own zone, and it almost cost them. Gamecocks just scanning it around. They'll move it on up. A chance for Josh Wilkins to take advantage. Wilkins moving. He dumps it off. Back to Wilkins, looking for a centering pass. Nothing doing. And Boston College will play it away. They had Finelli there in the slot.
Yeah, I want to give credit to this guy on Boston College, but he's got his number all bunched up. I can't tell who it is.
It definitely starts with a 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's Gabriel Mabdani right there. I think that's a 20, but good play by whoever it was. Just bunching up with the man in front of the net. Good positioning, keeping him away from the goalie.
Yep, and here comes South Carolina with John Riggins, a full burst of speed. Riggins moving on. Follow-up chance saved by Pisani.
Pisani got his stick right exactly where it needed to be, and that was the difference in that play. It was a great shot on net, but able to poke check that one just enough to keep it out of the net.
Now it's tied up on the blue line. Boston College trying to come away with it. They'll fire it on down. That will be deflected. No icing. Both teams making personnel changes. And Tommy Locken will play it into the Boston College zone. Here comes John Riggins. But Boston College is able to come away with it. Colin Reed loses possession there on the boards, but Scove is trying to clean it up. It jumps the stick of Flaherty, and South Carolina will have to reset. Almost a turnover by Flaherty in his own end. Boston College really pressing up the defense and coming away with now the puck in the South Carolina zone. They'll just play it around the boards, looking to get set up. That pass is picked off in the slot. Gamecocks trying to wrestle it away on the boards. It'll chip out of the Carolina zone and go all the way down the length of the ice for icing. With 13:42 remaining in the second period, it's 4-2, South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina, they got the lead right now, but they've really got to be careful. They're looking a little sloppy in their own defensive zone right there. Real sloppiness in front of the goalie, which is never where you want that.
No.
It's the one place in the entire rink where you just can't have that. So they got lucky that a Boston College player couldn't knock it in, but they've really got to clean that up a little bit this period because it's been a problem.
And they dropped they're going to redo the face-off here. The ref looks exasperated with the two behind him. And they'll redo. Glove side of Tomoyan.
I'm not really sure what happened there.
No, but it's won by Carolina. And playing it off the boards to himself is Tommy Lockett. He'll move it on, fires. Initial save by Pisani. He wasn't able to corral the rebound. Follow-up chance is wide.
Real great save there by Pisani, just sliding across the ice. And he knew exactly where that puck was going. He was going to the open man in the slot, but right there on top of it.
And Tomoyan will field that one like a center fielder and play it out to keep momentum rolling. Gamecocks turn it over, though. Shot on wide of the net. Gamecocks
got to clean that up in front of the net. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, but the Gamecocks looking to attempt to clear it. They can't. Then a big open ice hit by Ben Riccitelli. And there's a turnover. Riggins couldn't clear it. Boston College with it now behind the net.
Ben Riccitelli brought the boom on that hit. Oh, my goodness.
Yes, he did, and Boston College will shoot it on. It's saved by Tomoyan, and they'll freeze play. But, yeah, Riccitelli sat him down. But in the ensuing, kind of cacophony, Boston College came away with a pretty decent chance.
Well, got the crowd back into it for sure. They were up on their feet after that one. But, yeah, like you said, it led to a scoring opportunity. This defense is having a few sloppy plays, little mistakes here and there, and the Eagles are taking advantage of that.
Absolutely, as this one will go all the way down. Boston College with it now in the neutral zone. But that smothering Carolina defense. Come away with his Pineda. Pineda shoots on pad save. And Pushkar can't get to it. Boston College moving on now. The Eagles skating in. They'll move it down behind the net. Pass blocked. Gamecocks not able to clear it. And coming away with it is Boston College. They'll move it down to the slot. Moving into the right face-off circle. Fired on. Puck loose out in front. As it goes to the boards now. Blown up on the boards is a Carolina skater, and Boston College still keeping it in. Ian Huver to it now behind the net. He's taken down. Gamecocks looking to clear, and they can't. Another takedown, and Boston College is trying to get to the puck out in front.
Everyone is slipping on the ice right now.
Cross-ice pass finds nobody, but Boston College still has it. That pass behind the boards will ring all the way around. And South Carolina finally with possession. They'll clear it out. It'll go the length of the ice, though, for icing. And it'll bring things right back down to the South Carolina end of things.
Well, they can't get fresh skaters off that, but they can't get a second to relax. A lot of intense plays there in their zone. But 11:28 left in this period. South Carolina really needs to try and get some pressure on offense because in the past few minutes, it has been all Boston College in their zone getting scoring opportunities.
And the faceoff won by Boston College. The Eagles looking to keep it in. They haven't really been able to set up on an attack in this game. All their scoring chances have come off rushes. And there's a big hit delivered, but Boston College able to keep it in. Toe drag fired on, deflected, loose puck. It'll bounce behind the net. Boston College keeping it in. They move it back up to the blue line. This one's fired on, it deflects, and it goes wide of the net. Eagles still with it now. They'll move it back up to the blue line. Pushes it on down, and then a hit by Kai after the puck had gone. Lucky to not get an interference call there, but South Carolina still can't clear. And Nick Kay's finally able to, but Boston College will chip it right back in. That one goes off the face mask of a Carolina player. He moves on, and it's saved by Tomoyan.
Where would South Carolina be without Tyler Tomoyan? A lot of really nice saves in that sequence there, especially the one about a minute ago where just an awkward shot, an awkward bounce, kind of got it with his arm or his shoulder, and those awkward bounces are so hard to cover. When that puck is bouncing all over the rink, getting in front of that is very difficult, but he was able to do it, stay strong there, and keep Boston College out of the net this period.
And that faceoff won by Carolina. The Gamecocks finally able to get some breathing room as Boston College put on a nice sustained attack, but then a turnover. Boston College, can they get to it? They can. They'll move it on. tried for the fancy pass instead of going backhand when they had a scoring chance. Boston College still with it, though. That pass is intercepted by the Gamecocks, but then Boston College gets it right back. Whole lot of action happening here. That one's shot on, hits the post. Boston College, they'll pass it all the way cross ice up to the blue line. That one's put on. Deflected wide of the net. And now bodies hitting the floor back by the goal line and a whistle. I can't tell if the puck left the field of play or if we have a, I don't think we have a penalty. I didn't see any hands go up.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any penalties, but I definitely saw some pushing and shoving in that corner. I think this game's really starting to get a little tense on both sides and a lot more physical.
Absolutely, as the faceoff will stay here in the Carolina zone. Face-off coming, and it's won back by Carolina as Juice World continues to play.
I was about to say, they need to cut that off a lot quicker.
Tommy Locken, Gamecocks had to just give it away because they were offsides. And now Boston College, who I feel like has possessed the puck most of the last 5 or 10 minutes or so. The Gamecock skater loses his stick, but it's passed up to Tommy Locken. Locken has it. He chips it on down to Marcella. Marcella back to Locken. Locken shoots, save Porcella. Another backhanded attempt by Locken is saved. Boston College takes down Locken, jars the puck loose, and they're coming away with possession. Under 10 minutes to go in the second period.
Pisani, wow. I mean, take a bow after that sequence right there. Shot after shot after shot, difficult save after difficult save after difficult save, and he just kept Boston College in this thing.
And now a whistle as a Boston College skater was taken down by about 3 different Gamecocks. I think we're gonna get a face-off here in the Gamecock attacking zone.
Whoever's running the music really likes Juice World tonight.
The Plex and Fortnite single-handedly keeping Juice World's legacy alive. As that face-off is won by Boston College, but shot on and saved by Tomoyan. So both teams generating shot attempts fresh off the face-off. An interesting strategy for both squads as we'll get another face-off.
Well, the face-off has been very effective for both sides tonight, and especially on Boston College's end. That's really where a lot of their scoring opportunities have come from.
Absolutely. We don't get the fancy stats, but I'd wager to say, Boston College has won most of the face-offs tonight. As there's a big play out in front, they fire it on backhanded save, Tomoyan.
Tomoyan came real far out on that one. Definitely a dangerous play, but it worked out for him there. Good save.
And there was chaos, a big collision there, far side, but no one noticed that Boston College came away with the puck, and they nearly capitalized off it. Now here comes Marvin. Marvin moving on, and he passes it, but no one's there.
He had 2 guys there, and he split the difference right down the middle.
Yeah, they had that side of the net completely wide open. Now the Gamecocks keeping it in. But Boston College with some great defense, they'll move it on up. Drew Henderson plays it back. Moving it on now, it's Cullen Reed. Reed with the pass, and they whiff on the one-timer. Drew Henderson collects it for Carolina.
That pass has been open so many times this game. If they hit every single one, they'd be up by 10 goals.
And now Drew Henderson can't keep it down. Boston College coming with it. He's taken down, no call on the ice. But the Eagles still with possession in the corner.
Oh, yeah, it's getting aggressive here.
Yeah, and we have some whistles.
I think there's something going on in that back corner, though, because I'm seeing a lot of people slipping and falling over there. And I think that's turning into some aggression because they're thinking that, oh, this guy pushed me down. I think there's something going on in that corner because everyone is slipping right now.
And Drew Henderson and number 7 for Boston College, I wish, no 7 on the website, are both hitting the box. They were both tangled up after the play after number 7 got taken down by Henderson. So they get him for the retaliatory. But I don't know if this is going to be, 4-on-4 or if
it's looking 4 on the ice.
Yeah, which you'd think South Carolina has excelled at 4-on-4 this season. An unfamiliar opponent, but you like to think that 4-on-4 favors the Gamecocks with their talent, their speed, and their ability to get out and run. But this faceoff coming from the South Carolina defensive zone, won back by Boston College. Not able to keep it in, though. They'll have to touch up. And they'll play it on down. Tomoyan will just play it around. And the Gamecocks will turn it over in their own zone. Boston College coming away with it. They'll play it down. Back behind the goal line. Another pass is going to go wide, and Boston College will have to reset.
A big reason why Boston College doesn't have as many goals as scoring opportunities is because of how good South Carolina's been at crowding them. With this 4-on-4, it's a good opportunity to really get a goal here because they've had a lot of opportunities that have been prevented from crowding.
But now Flaherty with a chance in transition, but a great stick play by Boston College to break up that pass. And now here come the Eagles. What a tough pass. You know, they're on them. There's no degree of separation, but a turnover. Boston College, they try to play it back. They're just making one too many passes right now, it feels like.
Take a shot there. You got it. I mean, you got a man right there. I understand he's behind. You want to make a fancy play, but there's no reason he's expecting you to make that pass when you have that shot.
And a delayed penalty coming up to Boston College there on the takedown. So we're going to have 50 seconds of 4-on-3 hockey, and then a minute 10 of the power play for South Carolina. As Boston College, you know, you get too fancy with it, and then South Carolina gets a chance the other way, and you take a penalty trying to deny them that chance, and it completely derails any kind of special teams momentum you had.
Absolutely. Like, they had a really good scoring opportunity in that zone. Like you said, one too many passes, and now it's completely flipped the roles. And South Carolina, a 4-on-3, that has a lot of room to skate. And that's where a lot of their goals all their goals tonight have come from just really great skating plays where they're weaving in and out of defenders. That's two less defenders you got to weave in and out of, and that's a great opportunity for them to get a goal here.
Yeah, and the face-off won by Boston College, but kept in by Carolina. Marvin will move it over to Reed. He surveys, puts it back to Marvin, the quarterback of this 4-on-3. He's, you know, giving out his signals to his players. He's going to move it over to Kay. Yeah, back over to Marvin.
Tilt there.
Marvin moves it down to the face-off circle. They'll push it back to Marvin. Marvin moves it over. They're just playing, you know, passing it around, just kind of taking away time.
For the perfect opportunity.
And Marvin shoots that one on. It's deflected up and out of play. But yeah, you know, when you have this kind of advantage where you're, you know, Boston College only has 3 skaters, if you just keep passing it around, one of them eventually is going to be out of position. Or if they're not, then you're going to get another attacker here soon.
Yeah, no reason not to take your time with that. Wait for the perfect opportunity because it's a good shot. A 4-on-3, it's going to come up if you stay patient.
But Boston College wins the face-off, and they are not going to clear. They're just going to waste more time. Then they finally do clear it. Marvin will get to it. Marvin passes it back to Pushkar. Pushkar's going to take it on down. Drops it back for Reed. Reed down to Pushkar. Pushkar surveying. He'll move it around over to Marvin. Marvin shoots it to Kay.
Skaters come back out on the ice.
Yep, Kay drops it back for Flaherty. Flaherty back over to Kay. Kay down to Marvin. Marvin, cross-ice pass. He had Flaherty teed up, and he whiffed.
Oh, he was wide open. Just Charlie Brown to that one.
And now Boston College coming on, shoots into the skate of a South Carolina player. Nick Kay broke that one up. Gamecocks coming away with it with 40 seconds of power play time. Trying to extend their lead. Marvin skating it on in. He'll let everything get set up. He'll dump it down to Colin Reed. Reed back up to Marvin. Marvin back to Reed. Marvin moves it now over to Flaherty. Flaherty will put that one on. It's saved by Pisani and cleared by Boston College. Tomoyan is going to have to make a decision. There's an Eagle skating on him, and he'll chip it out. Didn't quite have as much juice on that as you think you would have liked, but there's a nice pass. South Carolina onside, 5 seconds remaining on the power play. One last chance, broken up by Boston College, and they are able to kill off this power play and come away with possession. They got a man coming out of the box. It's a breakaway for Boston College. He's going to move on, and he's tied up, and a penalty will be coming to South Carolina. The stick just a little too aggressive there, trying to deny something on the breakaway. And now the Eagles, fresh off killing that power play, and they're going to have an opportunity here to get back within 1 goal. It's Marco Pineda hitting the box for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, that was some friendly fire from South Carolina. It looks like, you know, getting too aggressive with the stick on the breakaway. You could say it's a good penalty, prevented a goal, But the way Tomoyan's been playing tonight, especially on those one-on-one breakaways, I would have put my odds on him and just shoved him right into their own goal. He got the net all messed up, and hopefully Tomoyan's okay, just a little shaken up from that one.
Yeah, I mean, that was an awkward collision, too. That's something that the penalty creates, and you hate to see that. Face-off won by Boston College, and now they can get a chance to get set up. Cross-ice pass here. They're going to put it on, deflected out in front. Loose puck. Tomoyan is down in the crease. A Boston College skater got knocked into him.
Oh, his pad came off. You got
his pad comes off. Tomoyan's upset.
I mean, I don't blame him for being upset. He skated right into him. I've never seen a goalie's pad come off like that. So,
well, I think he got hit into him by a Carolina guy with the loose puck out in front, trying to prevent him from just tapping it in.
Yeah, no, I mean, from his perspective, he's just seeing Boston College guy ran into me. So
I don't blame Tomoyan at all. Now, if Boston College scores here, you're going to look back at when Flaherty, had beachfront property to a goal, and the cross-ice pass just a little bit too high for his one-timer setup as the face-off will come here.
Yeah, don't let this two-goal game deceive you. Boston College is very much in this game. It's been back and forth all night.
And a sliding play by Carolina breaks up a shot attempt, and the Gamecocks will clear it all the way down. Boston College will have to reset. The Eagles coming on now. They'll pass it all the way up to the neutral ice. A little give-and-go action here. They're moving it down. Back behind the net it goes. And Boston College just trying to get some room. South Carolina not allowing it. Cross-ice pass here, far side. They'll put it on. Saved by Tomoyan. He can't corral the rebound, though. Boston College gets to it. Eagles passing it around the blue line. They'll put it on looking for a deflection. No doing. Second chance saved by Tomoyan.
How good is Tomoyan? He's on fire tonight.
Eagles back up to the point. They'll look for it into a chip in from the far side faceoff circle. They couldn't quite get enough juice on it. Boston College still with it. 53 seconds on the power play. Eagles just moving it around. Back up to the blue line. They shift it on over. Shot on. And nobody knows where the puck went. It was in Tomoyan's glove. Okay. He did that thing like Julio Rodriguez did where he robbed a home run and made people think it was a home run. Tomoyan, he didn't know where the puck really was coming. He just kind of threw his glove above his head. And if he hadn't done that, it would have gone in for a goal. What a great heads-up play by Tomoyan with the instincts there.
Yeah, to be a goalie and make a save, it's 90% skill and 10% luck. Sometimes you just got to get a little lucky, and he definitely got lucky there.
Boston College wins the faceoff, and they've keeping the puck in. This one's fired on. Bouncing puck will deflect up and out of play with 33 seconds remaining on the power play for Boston College.
The Eagles are shooting very high on Tomoyan. You see them have to jump up for a lot of shots there, and I'm curious how they would differ if they started shooting a little bit lower and trying to pick those corners a little bit more. But I think with 2:56 left, 33 seconds on the power play, I'm really thinking they want to try and get one more goal before the end of the period, get some momentum.
Absolutely. As they win the faceoff, they've got it behind the net. That pass, though, goes a little wide, and with 24 seconds on the power play, Boston College will have to retouch. Now the Eagles moving on in. There's a big knock there at the boards, but the Eagles still with possession. They'll move it around. Get it down below the goal line. This pass into the slot is broken up, and the Carolina's coming away with it. It's Josh Wilkins, but a good play there by Boston College, and Pisani with the save. Great back check by Boston College, and then Pisani shutting the door on Wilkins, but the power play has been killed off by Carolina, and with just over 2 minutes to go, the Gamecocks still lead 4-2.
Pisani just stayed true there, stayed in front of his man, and beautiful save.
Tomoyan will play that one away as the Eagles tried to skate it in. This one's chipped up, and Carolina's coming away with it with a 2-on-1. Moving on in now, the pass over to Wilkins. He couldn't quite get it onto his stick.
Yeah, just a little far behind him. Now it looks like a collision in the net.
Yeah, I can't quite tell who that was for Carolina. He just I was focused on Wilkins. I didn't see what happened, if he got knocked in or not. But he just went head first into the net.
Yeah, hopefully Pisani's okay.
I think that's Kai Bonsukin, the freshman defenseman, the very talented freshman, who was passed it over to Wilkins there on that 2-on-1. 1:44 remaining here in the period.
Yeah, I wish I saw what happened there. I'm not quite sure. I think they just kind of, I don't know. It looks like he just kind of skated right into him, but I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, you know, these Boston College uniforms are New Balance, just like their varsity programs. That's kind of cool. But face-off won by South Carolina. They'll move it on down. And Carson Scove keeps that one in. Tommy Marvin with it now. He'll move it down. Marvin down to Riggins. Riggins, cross-ice pass is deflected, and here coming away with it are the Eagles. Great skate back by South Carolina, though. Centering pass finds no one, and the chance is nullified by the Gamecock skaters.
Yeah, that play would not have happened without Liam Matthews. He's got 6 points on the year, 3 goals, 3 assists. And from Riverside, Connecticut, just way to be there with this stick and get a scoring opportunity. Just couldn't quite hit the pass over the middle.
And Riggins and Carolina were really, they skated back very ferociously to deny anything off that. Under a minute to go here in the second period. Gamecocks with it. They're passing it around in the Boston College zone. Gamecocks still with it. It's Carson Scove keeping it onside. He'll fire from the slot. Broken up. Puck is still loose out there. Nobody can quite get their stick to it. 35 seconds remaining. Drew Henderson will keep it in, though. John Riggins back behind that. He gets it to Colin Reed, who tried for a little tap in. And now Boston College coming away with it, and they have a chance, but Tommy Marvin will cut it off.
Yeah, good play there by Marvin. Really cleaned that one up and prevented any breakaway for Boston College.
And now the final moments of the second period. Boston College with one last opportunity. And it's broken up by Carolina. 7 seconds remaining, and now South Carolina with a chance, 2-on-1. This one's fired, and it just barely gets past, and they whistle it dead.
I'm not sure why they did. I think they thought Pisani had it, but he got really lucky there because that snuck in between his legs, and I think it hit him in the rear and bounced just wide. But if that shot was just an inch lower, I think that was going to go right through and into the net.
He ripped it. I mean, you don't normally see kind of a slap shot, and South Carolina is going to pull the goalie here with 2.2 remaining to try and just get one last chance. That hits a body, and that'll end the second period. Riggins with some words for the Eagles with a, you know.
Yeah, man, it's been a lot of bark, not a lot of bite for both these sides. We've seen some physicality. You know, 2 people got in the box this period, but it's definitely getting more chippy in a close game like this. And like I said, don't let that 2-goal lead deceive you, because Boston College is very much in this game. And honestly, I'd say that in a lot of aspects, they are leading the Gamecocks in possession and pressure that they're putting on.
Especially that period. I mean, after Carolina went up 4-2, it really feels like Boston College wrestled back, game control, winning faceoffs, extended stays in the Carolina zone. It was a fun period, only 1 goal between them. After 20 minutes, or after 40 minutes, it's 4-2 Gamecocks. We'll be back here for the third and final period of action here in 15 minutes. For SGTV, this is Cock Hockey. I'm JP Berry. That's Calvin DeLude. We'll see you in 15 minutes. And ladies and gentlemen, as the Gamecocks take the ice, we are back here for the third period of action between the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Boston College Eagles. A AAU versus ACHA matchup has the Gamecocks ahead 4-2 after 40 minutes. Calvin, what are you looking to see here in the third period?
Well, I'm really excited for this third period here, JP, because this has been just such a back-and-forth game. It's been getting slightly chippier each period, so I'm really excited to see how it comes down in this final conclusive period. 4-2 lead for the Gamecocks. Can they close it out, or can Boston College on the road, first game of the semester, come back, send this one to OT?
Absolutely, and we'll see if they can do that. It felt like they were kind of, wrestling back, momentum, game control. But South Carolina is ever present, and all it takes is one slip up to give the Gamecocks a shot at extending their lead. And, that's something they've been very keen on doing. And it's been a big night for number 10, Nick Kay, who scored the only goal of that second period to put the Gamecocks ahead by 2. That's also been a big night for Ben Riccitelli, who has delivered some flashy plays as well as the physicality. Calvin, touch on the physicality from South Carolina we saw there in the second period.
Well, when the teams first came out in that first period, we were seeing it a lot more Boston College's way, but in the second period, it was getting more chippy and definitely some more penalties, but that's what South Carolina does a lot in their game, and they play physical hockey. And that was a big factor for them in that period. They only wanted to put up a goal, 1-0 in that period, so now it's 4-2. And, I don't want to gloss over, Tyler Tamoyan has been outstanding in net for South Carolina. He is really keeping them in this game because Boston College has been racking up a lot of shots on net.
And here we go. The third period has begun here at the Plex. And much like most face-offs, won by Boston College. And here they come away, shot out of a cannon. Cross-ice pass, they whiff on the shot attempt. Centering pass, Boston College scores! 14 seconds into the game, or into the period. And the Eagles are back within 1.
Boston College just came out ready to play, and South Carolina wasn't. Really kind of caught them flat-footed there. Off the face-off immediately, and they've been winning a lot of face-offs tonight, but that one just looked special. Real quick off the face-off, and had one open shot, but a good defensive play by South Carolina to keep it out. But right back to him, open man, in front of the net, wide open net, buries it. And now we have a one-goal game.
Yeah, that's something we haven't really seen out of Boston College. They usually win those face-offs and kind of play it back to try and get set up. But here comes John Riggins looking for the answer. Riggins fires on, and that one's deflected way up out of play. But the Eagles took that face-off and just raced down the other way. And it wasn't the first try, it wasn't the second try, but it was a third try, finally getting to those rebounds, which is, Tyler Tamoyan's left that on the table a little bit. And finally, Boston College is able to make them pay. But, here we come with Riggins off the face-off, seeing if he can do some magic of his own.
He's so exciting to watch off the face-off, but a good job there by Boston College to keep him under wraps.
Absolutely, and they nearly got a, through pass up to him. And they still come away with it. They're going to work their way down, trying to break through that line of Carolina defenders at center ice, but they're not able to. John Riggins carries it in. Riggins surveying. He'll play it to Reed behind the net. Back up to the blue line with Flaherty. But Boston College comes away with it. Here come the Eagles. They've got a 2-on-1 developing. The Eagles moving it down. They're going to shoot on, and it goes wide, up and out of play. I think that was deflected by the stick of Tamoyan. It was really a 3-on-1. Boston College had a trailer, but they took the shot instead of trying the extra pass, which was something we kind of implored for them to do in that second period. Calvin?
Yeah, Boston College had a few opportunities where if they didn't make an extra pass and just got a shot on net, they would have had a lot better opportunities. But here, they're just firing on all cylinders right now, and South Carolina needs to figure out what's going on quickly, or else Boston College is going to get back into this game.
And here, off the faceoff, the Eagles will keep it in. They'll chip it on net, deflected and up and around the net. Eagles still with it. That one bounced over the head of a BC Eagle. And Marco Pineda's going to try and come away with it for the Gamecocks. Not able to clear it, but finally Pushkar does. And he makes a move, gets past some Eagles. Pushkar moving on, he loses it back behind the net. And the Eagles tying it up on the boards. They're going to try and come away with it with the clear, and they do. Another breakaway for Boston College developing. They pass it back, shot on, it's wide of the net. Follow up by the Eagles, they get to it, can't get anything on net. Nick Kay will get it off the boards for the Carolina Gamecocks, but now Boston College is really showing off. I mean, some defensive prowess we didn't quite see from them. They're winning these battles on the boards and coming away with some odd man rushes. And that one is chipped in. Boston College will get to it. Ronan Mulcairn will win it off the boards. Eagles still with it. They had it in the slot. That one's fired on wide of the net. They had Tamoyan leaning. Eagles still with it, skating around. They'll survey back below the goal line. That pass into the slot, they couldn't quite get a shot. Tip centering pass finds a stick, but they couldn't get anything off of it. There is a chance to clear, and Marco Pineda will finally take it out of the Carolina zone and give South Carolina a chance to get some new skaters on the ice.
Yeah, I really don't know what's going on with South Carolina right now. They just look unprepared for everything. They're leaving people open in front of the net, allowing easy shots, odd man rushes like you said, and they got to get it together quickly.
But there, South Carolina did have a chance. Nothing materialized, and this one will go the length of the ice. No icing. Only 3 minutes have gone off the clock here in the third period, but it's been a doozy of a 3 minutes. And here comes Carolina looking to respond. They'll skate behind the net, lose the control of the puck, and Boston College try to chip it on there. Connor Berman keeps it in. He gets it down to Marcella. Marcella plays it behind the net. Gamecocks will survey. Pacina didn't quite know where it was. Connor Berman had it, lost it. Eagles playing it off the boards to themselves. They've got another 2-on-1. Here comes Boston College. They shoot. It's deflected. A diving play by South Carolina. I can't quite tell who that was. He's limping off the ice. It's Aiden Dunphy. Dunphy laying it all on the line for South Carolina. Or, excuse me, it was Kai Bonsukin.
I just want to give a quick shout out to, I believe it was Stephen Davis there, who made a really nice play on South Carolina. Just kind of bodied him and said, get out of my way. I'm going on a breakaway here. And that's exactly what he did, and it led to a shot opportunity.
Played it off the boards himself. I mean, he was running through it like he was Stephen Davis of the Carolina Panthers. There we go with Carolina getting the puck up and out of their own zone, and then Albers with just a takedown on the boards, and here comes Boston College. A spinning move into the slot is tied up and broken up by South Carolina.
Yeah, even the Carolina fans were wowing at that one. A really nice skating move there.
And down goes an official. South Carolina looking for some movement here in the neutral zone. They can't quite get it off of Drew Henderson. But it's tied up, kept in by Carolina. Enzo Finelli getting to it, but Boston College will play it up and out of their own end. Now the Eagles looking to get on the counteroffensive. They'll chip it down into the Carolina zone, go for some changes. Oh. And a big hit there by number 11 for Boston College, Chinland. Now South Carolina's going to go for some changes as Boston College has it behind the net, and they're going to try and take advantage of Carolina off the change. And they can't quite do it. Here comes Josh Wilkins. He'll get up to Finelli. Finelli's got Marvin to his right and Reed behind him. But Finelli will just take it behind the goal line and let things set up. He'll play it around over to Tommy Marvin. It'll get all the way up the boards to Flaherty. Flaherty tries to get it down and in. There's Chinland again breaking it up. He'll chip it up into neutral ice for Boston College. Gamecocks will come away with it. It's John Riggins now. Riggins with a burst of speed. He's taken down. And it'll be a penalty on Boston College.
I would argue that might have to be a penalty shot. I mean, that's a.
I mean, he just dove into it.
Opportunity dove right into his feet.
That was dangerous. I mean, Riggins really just got taken out from under him.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's lucky he didn't get badly hurt there because that could have been ugly.
I mean, could you imagine this place with a penalty shot?
Yeah, I mean, it's at that point in the night. 15 minutes left in the final period. The beer towers are up. The fans are into it. And so a penalty shot would just be electrifying at this point.
And here comes Riggins off the face-off. But Boston College winning this one, and they'll clear it. They're going to come with a chance. The Eagles just relentless effort here. And a takedown by Pineda. He'll dislodge it. Here comes Riggins. Riggins moving in. Riggins will play it down. Just kind of chill things out. Passes up to the blue line for Tommy Marvin. Marvin chips it over to Riggins. Riggins moving on in. He'll pass it down.
2-minute penalty on Boston College. Number 3 for tripping.
Yeah, and now off the penalty kill for Boston College. We've already seen one shorthanded goal for the Gamecocks, and Boston College, no shortage of those on their roster as Pineda fumbles that pass. Gamecocks just looking to get set up Already almost a minute has gone off this power play without a shot on goal. Reed will chip it on over. Gets it over to Riggins. But Boston College just really aggressive defense. That one just shoots out into the Carolina end of things. Tommy Marvin will come back to collect it. He'll get it over to Riggins. Riggins moving on in. Riggins slows things down. Plays it for Reed back behind the net. Gets it over to Pushkar, but Pushkar loses it, and Boston College will clear. 35 seconds remaining on the power play for South Carolina. Boston College and South Carolina both making some changes. South Carolina looking to kind of catch them napping with a rush, and Boston College gets to it. And they'll just try to rifle around the boards. It hit a Boston College skater, and it's kept in. Gamecocks get it off a whiff. And they'll move it around. Pass over to Riggins. It jumps the stick. Riggins will pass it back up to Scove on the blue line. Working it down is Marvin. Back behind the net. Gamecocks moving it around now. They've got Piscina moving, and Scove wanted that pass desperately. Wasn't able to quite get to it. And the power play has expired for South Carolina. Riggins will move on. Piscina with a save, and they'll cover it up. And we'll get a face-off. We'll get to catch our breath here for a little bit. That was a kind of a flurry of movements.
Yeah, no, I'll let you take a breather there, JP. Get a sip of water. But South Carolina, they're being really patient on the power play, trying to set up the perfect shot, but they've been sloppy this period. So when you're trying to set up the perfect shot, passing back and forth, and that's what caused a lot of miscommunications and messed up plays leading to the puck in their own zone, is because their passes just have not been sound yet this period.
Yeah, and Flaherty there with a wrister. Gamecocks able to keep it in. Connor Berman will play it around the boards. But Boston College is going to come with it, try to chip it up into neutral ice. And look at the Boston College skaters just fighting for possession. Coming away with it is Cerverio Marcella. It'll get poked away. Working it down is Berman. Berman shoots, and it goes wide.
Yeah, he really had a nice window there, just couldn't hit it.
And a centering pass misses someone in the slot, but Riccitelli fires it wide of the net. And here comes Boston College. Shot down by Riccitelli in neutral ice. But now the Eagles have a chance. Great stick play by Flaherty, breaks that one up. And now the Eagles are going to try and get set up. That one was shot along the goal line. And that one's broken up. Tommy Locken with a huge hit there at the blue line. Oh. Boston College nearly caught South Carolina napping on a change. Gamecocks will just chip it down as they'll make the rest of their replacements. Ian Hoover with it now for the Gamecocks at center ice. And he couldn't quite pull the trigger. And then, oh my goodness, an instant penalty for Josh Wilkins. He just got, Wilkins attacked number 26. We don't have a 26 on the roster. After the puck was already gone, they were tied up on the boards, and Wilkins just, I couldn't tell if it was more of a cross-check or if he took a whack at him with the stick. Well, they're sending 26 to the box as well.
I'm curious if it has something to do with a play that happened over by the Carolina bench. Connor Berman took quite a hit over there, and I'm not sure if 26 had anything to do with it.
Well, now he skated away from the box.
Yeah, definitely need some discussion here from the referees because, it looked pretty blatant. He just kind of hit him.
Someone is going into I think Wilkins needs to go ahead and bite the bullet and hop on in there.
Yeah, Wilkins is a definite. That was just unnecessary. The question is, will 26 join him on the other side? But I'm curious what the status with Connor Berman is. I hope he's okay because he looked a little shaken up, skating back to the bench there. He was on the ground for a second, and hopefully he's okay because he's definitely a big part of this team. The senior wing with 7 points on the year.
Well, the good news is that it seems like things are relatively chill. Finelli and John Hutchins discussing things near center ice. Both teams keeping their distance outside of them. The refs still doling things out. Wilkins is heading to the box, as is 26 for Boston College. Not sure why he's getting anything, unless in the initial scuffle we missed something retaliatory. But with 11:25 to go, they're talking to Pushkar, the captain for Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, both sides pleading their case right now, but definitely just some chippy, unnecessary aggressiveness there definitely by South Carolina and I suppose by Boston College too, as they're both in the box now. But should lead to a 4-on-4, which will leave some more open ice for both sides to skate around a little bit.
Well, Pushkar looks annoyed with something.
And I'm wondering if maybe they gave him a major.
It wouldn't shock me. Well, now 26 is opening the penalty door.
Yeah, I don't think they know what's going on either.
Refs are talking to the scorers table.
Yeah, my guess is we're going to see a major penalty here for South Carolina.
Yep.
Oh, is he out? He's out of the game. 26 has just been removed from the rink, and the South Carolina fans are loving it. And look at that, a major penalty, a 5-minute penalty there for South Carolina, a 2-minute awarded to Boston College. But I guess maybe he said something that really rubbed the referees the wrong way because 26 just left the rink.
It could have been an equipment thing, too. Maybe his helmet got messed up when he got hit in the head. We do have a replacement man going into the box.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure. The referee was leading him out, so that makes me question whether or not that had something to do with a possible penalty, or maybe he was just helping him open the door. But I'm very curious to see if we see 26 back in this game and how this 5-minute penalty is going to affect the Gamecocks, who are already looking sluggish this period.
I feel like Boston College would be a lot more incensed if he was thrown out. So we'll keep an eye on that. They're just not very animated. Which, if your teammate got hit in the head and then got ejected for something, I feel like you'd be a lot more peeved.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
But we'll see. But now, so Boston College is well primed here to tie this thing up.
Yeah, we're going to have a 4-on-4 for 2 minutes, and then Carolina's going to be down a man for 3.
And if Boston College scores at any point during their 5-minute power play, it doesn't go away. That's the big deal with major penalties. So this could be a huge turn of events for Boston College.
South Carolina, they've been sloppy this period, but they really need to dial in here if they want to win this game because this is a golden opportunity for the men in gold.
Absolutely, and Ronan Mulcairn has it for the Gamecocks. He's just skating around. He's harassed from behind, nearly a turnover. But here comes Mulcairn still skating with it. He'll move it into the Boston College zone. Enzo Finelli tried to get to it, but it's Boston College coming away with it. The Eagles moving it on. They carry it into the Carolina zone, absorb a hit from Ian Huver, but Enzo Finelli corrals the puck. And Finelli trying to skate around people. He does. He carries it into the zone. Leaves it for Pushkar, but it jumps his stick. And still on the boards, and here comes Boston College with it, looking to get it around Mulcairn. They do. Mulcairn, 11-on-11 action here. And the speedier of the two gets it around. And now Boston College will set up. Jumps his stick, and they'll have to reset. 35 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4. And here's Ian Huver intercepting a pass, looking to make something happen. He's going to drag it around and just waste some time. Boston College will play it up into the neutral zone. Nick Kay gets to it, but he gets obliterated. Boston College, I think number 3, thought he was offsides. Tried to touch up instead of taking advantage. 10 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4, but here comes Aiden Dunphy. Dunphy moving on. He moves over to Kay, but it's broken up by Boston College.
And there's not been a stoppage of play yet.
There's a big hit to the head by Nick Kay. No whistle. I'm shocked at that one. That was after the puck had left, and it seemed like a hit to the head, but it gets put on his rear there by Boston College.
Retaliation for sure, and now they're going to blow the play dead.
That one is going to go up and out of play. 2:43 on the major penalty for Boston College.
Like I said, it's just been getting a little chippier and chippier, building up the tension, and now during this 2:43 left on the power play, I really think we're going to see some aggressive plays from South Carolina. You saw it right there. Push him up against the boards. A hit looked like close to the head. I'm really surprised they didn't call that just based on the location of the hit.
And just after everything that happened, I guess maybe they didn't want to, I don't know. It's Interesting, to say the least.
For sure, maybe just trying to let the boys play and then let the tempers cool a little bit, because a penalty being called would definitely flare them.
And with a man down, South Carolina is running this like they have a power play moving it around. They had a backdoor chance there, but it went wide. Boston College looking to kind of wrestle the puck away, try to get on the attack here on this major. And Marvin still has it. He'll move it around. They're just wasting time on this Boston College power play. Still passing it around. Colin Reed will move it up to Riggins. Riggins with a backwards pass to Marvin. Nearly a great stick play there by Boston College. Gets it over to Riggins. Riggins toe drag, and it's deflected away, and here comes Boston College. They've got a chance. They'll move it on, looking for a spinning chance, but it's tied up greatly by South Carolina, and Riggins will come away with it with the puck.
Yeah, it's got a little too fancy with it there. That was Liam Matthews for Boston College.
1:40 remaining on the power play for Boston College. Eagles not able to wrestle away possession. Pisani had a puck out in front of him. He didn't play it away. Eagles will knock it all the way down. I mean, it feels like Boston College is on the penalty kill here.
I was just going to say the same thing, JP. They're down a man, and they're sending it down the ice just because South Carolina's really found their spark within the last 2 minutes. They're getting some aggressive pushes on offense.
Yeah, and I think South Carolina was offsides there for a little bit. And they'll go for a change here with 1:13 remaining on the power play.
I've been saying for the first 10 minutes, South Carolina was looking pretty sloppy, but they've really started to get their act together here, and at the most crucial time, because a major penalty, huge momentum swing for BC, but they've just been on top of it. And like you said, it's been looking like a penalty kill for Boston College because South Carolina's just putting so much pressure on them. And now it's just a minute 13 left until it's 5-on-5.
Absolutely, and just 7:37 remaining in regulation as Boston College looks for the equalizer. Nick Kay.
South Carolina has 5 on the right.
And Nick Kay will move it away. Yeah, they do.
I'm not sure what that's about.
I think we kind of, did we miss? This can't. I don't know. Boston College is going to play it away. I think we might have flubbed that. Anyway, South Carolina has it behind the net. And the Boston College defenders looking to dislodge the puck. They take down Kay, no call. They'll rifle around the boards and come away to Boston College on a breakaway. They're going to move it in, forehand, backhand, but it's broken up beautifully. That was Kai Bonsukin, the talented freshman, with a great play there to deny any shot on by the Boston College skater. Carson Scove will move it on in for South Carolina. Scove surveying, he'll play it up. Nick Kay, he's going to move it on, and it's a penalty coming up to South Carolina. What I think happened was I think they doled out the penalty minutes on the scoreboard wrong. And they had it set up to where it looked like it was a power play for Boston College.
Yeah, because you see
and
South Carolina still got a guy in the box. My guess is that's who was involved with the fight.
Yeah, and now it's another penalty. So now it is actually factually 100% a real power play for Boston College. I'm not sure what happened. Some tomfoolery happened. It happens all the time here at the Plex. You just got to roll with it. It'll be a 2-minute minor assessed to South Carolina. And so with 6:24 remaining in regulation, they're looking to preserve their 4-3 lead.
Yeah, we apologize for any confusion for the folks at home, but this is a legit 5-on-4 power play for Boston College.
And they can't keep that one in the zone. It'll jump the stick of number 6, Robert Burke, and they'll have to reset. Stephen Davis and Robert Burke have seen a lot of ice time for the Eagles. They're going to try and engineer this comeback. That one's chipped in, broken up. It'll be Marcella who fires it on, and Pisani's played it away. Now Boston College looking for a pass up front. They're going to carry it in. They'll just play it around the boards. 1:30 remaining on the power play. Now they keep it in with Burke. Moves it over to Davis. That one down to the faceoff circle. They fire looking for the deflection out in front. Can't quite get it. They keep it in. And Tomoyan with the save, but South Carolina will play it up and out of play with 1:13 remaining on the power play. A little chaotic there from South Carolina. They avoid disaster.
Yeah, for sure. John Hutchins was right in front of that net there, right in front of Tamoyan, and just had a stick out, trying to get a deflection, but just missed it. Couldn't knock it through, but a big opportunity there for Boston College. They'll carry this momentum into the face-off.
Yeah, but Aiden Dunphy will win it away, and he'll rifle it the length of the ice. Pacina's going to leave the crease to play it, but here comes Tommy Locken, and he nearly made him pay. Boston College now got to get on sides. They do. And now they'll skate on in looking for the equalizer with under a minute to go in the power play. They keep it in, looking for deflection out in front. Tamoyan with the save. Follow-up chance, skitters out. They keep it in, though. Burke has it.
Yeah, that had to be their best opportunity of this power play.
They shoot it on, and it's deflected by a Boston College skater who hit the ice. Eagles still with possession. They keep it up and in. They'll move it on down, and Tamoyan with the save. 31 seconds remain on the power play. 4:54 in the game. And Boston College starting to get pucks on net.
Yeah, the only problem is Tyler Tamoyan is the one that's in net, and his glove has been like a magnet tonight for that puck. So many amazing glove saves and really keeping them in this one here. 31 seconds left on the power play.
And now the face-off circle where Boston College has had so much success. But here's South Carolina winning it. They can't clear it. It's knocked down by an Eagle. And now they're just going to survey things. They get it up to the point. Moving it down. Nick Kay with the pressure. And South Carolina unable to clear. Boston College has it now behind the net. 10 seconds remaining on the power play. They get it back up to the point. They'll work it down to the face-off circle. He's going to survey. He looks for a deflection, and it goes wide of the net. The power play has now expired for Boston College. They'll play it behind the net. And getting to it is the Gamecocks. Pass, cross ice, and a great move there by Boston College. They're going to work it down, looking for it out in front. Tamoyan with the save. Follow-up chance from the slot, blocked by a Gamecock. Aiden Dunphy got to it, but Boston College still with possession. They'll play it down the face-off circle. Back behind the net are the Eagles. They're just skating it around. They're going to drop it off, looking for a deflection out front. Glove save, Tamoyan. Tamoyan saw that one through the traffic, and he nullified it.
Yeah, I want to give a big props to Mamdani on Boston College with South Carolina trying to clear. They would have closed out the power play, but he just took one for the team there, took a hard hit from that puck and kept it in the zone. And all that scoring opportunities that came for BC was because of that play there. But like we've been saying, Tyler Tamoyan, that glove has just been automatic tonight. So many great saves using it, and another one right there.
A penalty has come up to South Carolina. Didn't quite see what happened, didn't really hear a whistle, but now Boston College back on the power play for 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's a drainer right there. You finally get, kill the penalty, got to feel good, and immediately going back to work.
And Burke puts it on. It's deflected by a stick. Follow-up chance blocked by Tommy Marvin. Boston College still able to keep it in, though. They work it over to Burke, the quarterback of their power play. 3:30 to go in regulation. Burke will move it on over to Davis. They're going to keep it in. They'll move it back over to Burke. Burke will work it down. Minute 30 on the power play. Burke just passing it back and forth. They're going to work it down. Cross-ice pass. They shoot it wide of the net.
Yeah, he was there. He was there. Had to put it on net. Just didn't.
Burke puts it on, but it's wide. Boston College still able to keep it in. It's tied up on the boards now. Looking for a clear. They're not able to get it. Boston College will come away with it, but it'll leak out across the blue line.
Yeah, that's huge for South Carolina. Now Boston College has to reset, get on sides.
And they're making some changes to their power play unit with a minute to go in the man advantage. Tied up behind the net are the Eagles. South Carolina will look to clear, and it'll go up and out of play.
Oh, we are in for a great finish here tonight, JP. This has just been cinematic hockey tonight. Super entertaining, especially within these last few minutes. But, South Carolina on the penalty kill, they kill the penalty and immediately have to get back on the penalty kill with a penalty I didn't even see. But, this really just draining for that side. But, Tamoyan's just been automatic in net so far, and he's really keeping them in this one.
Yeah, and Boston College wins the faceoff, but they misplay the puck. And now, precious time ticking away for the Eagles. When they could have set up on the power play, they're going to have to reset and re-break through the South Carolina defense.
Boston College, a lot of their scores tonight haven't really been from the power play. It's been from right after. They get all that momentum within it, and then as soon as it's over, that's really when they've had their shots on net that went in.
And then Riggins with a masterful defensive play to undress the skater and make him lose the puck. And 15 seconds remain on the power play for Boston College. They got one last chance here. They're going to move it on in. And it's played away by South Carolina. Brendan Flaherty. Flaherty coming away with it. He's going to move in. Flaherty toe drags, but he loses the puck. And now Boston College has a chance. They've got 3-on-2 if they work with it. They're going to pass into the slot. They shoot. Initial save by Tamoyan. It's loose, and Flaherty comes away with it. Flaherty loses the puck in center ice. Boston College fires from the slot. It's wide of the net. Flaherty gets to it. Minute and a half remaining here in regulation.
I expect Boston College to pull their goalie soon. Want that man advantage.
And they intercept the pass in center ice and carry it in, but South Carolina's right there. Eagles now surveying, and it's a turnover. Colin Reed with it now. Reed is going to skate in. He's got his backhand shot. He scores! Colin Reed with the backhand. Goes over the shoulder of Pisani, and he didn't even see it.
Colin Reed, take a bow. You just called game, my friend. It has been back and forth all period. Boston College, a 2-goal lead, the worst lead you can have in hockey. They came in, put up a goal immediately, looked like they were going to have momentum for the rest of the period, but with a minute 8 left on the clock, Colin Reed says, it's game over. We're going home. No overtime tonight, folks.
Well, 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey. There's still 1:08 to play, so let's simmer down and finish this one. But
got a little excited there, yeah.
You got to think that the next time Boston College has possession, they're going to pull that goalie. And, I mean, just a heartbreaking turn of events for the Eagles. You go from the man advantage, and you have so many good chances. But Tamoyan is just better in the moment. And then one mistake, like I said, South Carolina will make you pay. Faceoff is won through by Boston College. They're going to come away with it, but Tamoyan comes out of the crease and knocks it away. Puck kept in by Boston College. Backhanded chance. Spinning chance is wide of the net.
Yeah, Boston College is not going down without a fight. Under a minute now. Down by 2 goals. They're throwing everything they have.
Yeah, but here comes Enzo Finelli. Finelli skating in transition. Finelli puts it on, and Piscina makes the save.
I'm surprised Boston College didn't pull their goalie there. They were deep enough in the zone.
Well, I guess they saw the future where they gave it away. As Pisani, I keep calling him Piscina for some reason. Gamecocks don't come away with it. It's Boston College. Under 30 seconds to go. They need a miracle. Although the Eagles are well acquainted with that. I don't think Doug Flutie's in the house tonight. That one deflects up and out of play with 17.2 remaining.
I mean, to me, it looks like Boston College has just accepted their fate. They are keeping Pisani in. I'm calling him Piscina too now. But yeah, no, they're keeping him in with 17 2/10 of a second remaining. 2-goal lead for South Carolina, trying to chew this clock out, get out of here with their first W.
Well, that one was fired on and hit the post. Boston College with a quick one after the faceoff. But Enzo Finelli's going to come away with it. He'll chip it on down to Marcella. And it's going to be Finelli again. Finelli shoots, and he's taken out. It's taken out. It was Josh Wilkins, actually.
Hey, why not try it?
That one's going to do it. The Gamecocks come away with a big non-conference victory, 5-3 over the Boston College Eagles. That'll move them to 14-4-2. And a huge confidence builder for this spring semester, Calvin.
Yeah, mad props for Boston College coming in. You know, a long trip from Boston all the way down to South Carolina. First game of 2025 in a hostile crowd. You know, South Carolina is definitely up there and one of the tougher crowds to play against. And big shout out to Stephen Pisani. You know, on the stat sheet, if it's the correct stat sheet, he's not having a great season, but he really played well tonight. Don't let the score sheet fool you, folks. But a great win for South Carolina. Huge momentum boost. You know, they had their ups, they had their downs. You expect it from, you know, first game of the new year. But really, really exciting stuff for South Carolina tonight. I expect them to take this momentum through the rest of 2025.
Yeah, as the two teams exchange pleasantries, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back for a post-game show to wrap up action here from the Plex. We are back here in the Plex Attic to recap tonight's action as the South Carolina Gamecocks move to 14-4-2 on the season. Calvin, give me your players of the game and kind of your overall thoughts on the action we saw tonight.
Well, I think DeLude definitely is up there in the players of the game for South Carolina. He really had an outstanding night tonight, especially with that glove. He was using it all night, making some really sweet saves with it. Even when he didn't mean to, we saw a few lucky bounces just happen to find its way towards his glove. But also just a huge shout out for Boston College. You know, they did play a tough game tonight. This is a tough game for them to play, their first of the year. But they came and they played their heart out tonight. But South Carolina, just such a strong unit all around, really a team win for them. You know, it's hard to name one player because there's so many that contributed to this win tonight.
Yeah, I think it's safe to go with Tamoyan because he was really on it in the third period when South Carolina was kind of, leaving it all up to him. His pad saves there in the, chaos were some of the when it was just 4-3. So Tamoyan had a great game. And for Carolina, their last non-conference game before they, take on Clemson for the end of the year. But they'll move now into College Hockey South play once again. They're going on the road to Athens to take on the Ice Dogs in a pivotal matchup of College Hockey South juggernauts before they come back to the Plex at the end of January to take on the Alabama Frozen Tide. That's going to do it for us here at the Plex. I'm JP Berry. He's Calvin DeLude. For SGTV, our crew of tech, Micah, Rhoades, Reece, Nolting, and Delaney, Flanagan, thank you guys so much. That's going to do it for this edition of Cock Hockey. Be sure to join us in 2 weeks when they take on Alabama.